it's Ashton with Keller Williams Realty, coming to you live every Wednesday to talk to you about real estate. Last week I talked to you about the pros and cons of becoming a real estate agent, because I don't want to, fluff it up or make it all dreams. It's hard. It's a hard job. And so this week I wanted to do a part 2 to that and talk to you about what it takes in order to get licensed. I have with me today Vance. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Vance.
Hey everybody, I'm Vance. I'm the team leader at Keller Williams North Sound. I will say that she just makes real estate look easy, but it really isn't that easy. It is hard work, yeah. But we're here to talk about this. I'm glad to assist today.
Absolutely. So Vance is our team leader here at Keller Williams, and he helps bring in new agents into Keller Williams North Sound. So if you're interested in joining Keller Williams North Sound, Vance is the first person you're going to talk to, and he's going to help coach you through the whole process. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Glad to be here. Just so you guys know, watching the Facebook Live does put on 30 pounds, and it actually takes off hair. So yes. I wish you'd have told me that before.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm seeing it right now.
So sorry.
I worn a more slimming outfit, a different background, but we'll go with it anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're so generous. Yeah. So today I wanted to talk to you about what the licensing requirements are. Yeah. What are the steps in order to get your license, and what is the upfront cost associated with that? So I'm going to let you lead on that portion.
Okay, I'll take it from there. All right, what does it take to get your real estate license in Washington State? Let's go through that. First thing you need to do is you got to be over 18 years of age or older, okay? So you can start the process of getting licensed before you're 18, but you need to be 18 before you can be licensed. So that's one. Number 2, you do need to complete 90 hours of pre-licensing education. That can range anywhere from, I see $200-$300 all the way up to $600 for it. Now, Asher and I talked about this earlier, announcing that start effective soon, probably next week. Keller Williams, we are going to be offering free pre-licensing education. So there's no fine print, nothing like that. It's a great opportunity. We've just decided to do it. We're offering it through Kaplan. So anybody that's interested, please reach out to me or reach out to Ashton, and I can get you signed up for that. And that saves you quite a bit of money right there. So there's 90 hours, and you must complete that within 6 months. On top of that, and so let me write that down. You want to write? I'll write.
Okay, you write.
So we got 90 hours. My handwriting is absolutely terrible. Okay. It looks like a child doing it.
Can we see that in the video?
I think, can you see that? There's a lot of glare. It's probably on my head, but 90 hours.
Okay.
On top of that, you've got to be 18. You have to be a high school graduate or equivalent. So if you got your GED, that's okay. On top of that, once you complete your 90 hours, the state of Washington does require that you get fingerprinted. That costs, I believe we just checked on it, $42 to get fingerprinted. So we can share with you the link to do that. There's a sub place over in Everett called Identigo. It's $42. And what the fingerprint's for is for a background check. They're going to be checking you out for the last 10 years, convicted felons, things like that. So they're running a background check. So we've got background check. We've got
arrests,
90 hours.
Arrests and that sort of thing does not count on your background check.
Yes.
We're only looking, they, not we. I don't care.
Ashton's the one. Actually, the fingerprints go to her.
I don't see it. I don't care.
Right. No.
They are looking for felony convictions.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
Anything other than that, they don't care.
Right. That's my understanding.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So fingerprints, and I would recommend right now when the Department of Licensing is taking a while, go ahead and get your fingerprints done when you're about 60, 75 hours into your education. So 18 years of age, high school, graduate or equivalent, 90 hours. Once you complete the 90 hours, the process is going to be you have to pass the practice exam for the school. Once that's done, they will report your hours that you completed the 90, passed the practice exam. Typically within a week, you will get an email from a group called PSI. P as in Paul, S as in science, I as in information. And they will say that a testing window has opened up for you. You then can go and actually schedule your exam. The closest thing for us up here is going to be Everett, but there's locations in Bellevue. I think they're in Tacoma, a few other places. So you need to go schedule your exam. When you go to take your exam, you've got to make a 70 or above, right? It's not easy, 70 or above. If you pass it, and you will find out within a few minutes, right?
Yep.
When you take it, they're not going to tell you whether you made a 99.9 or a 70.01. They're just going to say you passed. If you didn't pass, then they will give you your score. And my understanding is they'll tell you what areas you need to work on as well.
Yes, that's true.
So those are the requirements. Once your exam is passed, once your fingerprints are in, once you're 18 years old, all those kind of things, you can then be licensed and affiliate with us, or anybody you want. But we want you to affiliate with us, right?
Yeah. So the schooling is 90 hours and up to $600. It depends on what company or schooling that you go through. Fingerprinting is $42. And then in order to get your state testing, it's $210. So our goal is to make sure that you only take that test once. Otherwise, that can get pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So that's $852 right off the bat in order for you to get your license. Okay? Which, oh my gosh, for a vocational schooling, less than $1,000, that's amazing.
It really is. I think people will start saying, well, gosh, I've got to pay these just to take a job. Guys, this isn't a job. This is a career. What business can you start for this little money? And if you go through the Keller Williams School of Real Estate, not trying to plug it, but that will save you this amount. And if you pass your exam the first time, which all of you are going to, I'm sure.
Of course.
Right? So that'll save you, to pay that money again so that the fees can be lower, right? What a great opportunity. Your ceiling is so high and your entry costs are relatively low.
Then there's other things to consider. You can't do anything with your license until you actually hang your license with a brokerage. So whether you hang your license with Keller Williams or you hang your license with another company, there are fees that come with whatever company that you decide to hang your license with, and you have to hang your license with a company in order to do business. There's desk fees. Those vary by company. That is the monthly fee that you pay in order to have your license there. And there's Northwest MLS fees. In order to be a real estate agent that actually does something, you're going to need to be a part of the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. You're going to need a super key. That's the blue key box that goes on people's doors. You need access to that. That's a monthly payment that you have to pay. There's the Realtor Board Association. It does add up pretty quickly. Those fees do add up. And that's not even figuring in the cost of business, like business cards, yard signs, all the websites and programs that we use in order to keep track of business.
Yeah.
So it can add up pretty quick, but your startup costs just to get your license aren't too bad for a vocational school.
No, not
and then
at all.
everything else is just the cost of getting a business started. And like you said, what other business can you really start at that low of an amount?
You can.
If I was going out to start a restaurant or something, oh my gosh, the expenses incurred in all the kitchen equipment and the location, and oh my gosh, it would just be insane.
Yeah, you don't have to carry inventory when you're selling real estate, right?
Right.
You don't. That's the thing. Think about any other business you start. You don't have to buy the houses, right? You don't have to rent space.
Yep.
So yeah, it's all very turnkey for you, and the return is phenomenal. The market we're in right now, I don't think there's a better time to get in real estate, actually. And something I saw, I don't know if I shared this with you, in the history of the National Association of Realtors, which is actually 114 years old.
Wow.
They have said that there's never been a time where more people are looking to move. So that means there's opportunity, right?
I believe it.
Great time to get into business for sure.
I mean, with COVID and everything, it's left a lot of people spending more time at home.
Right.
So suddenly those walls are feeling a lot
So
smaller.
divorces are up, right? But also there's more kids too, right?
Yep, more kids. Politics have had a huge influx for people
Absolutely.
coming into the state and people leaving the state. And then jobs, there's more work from home jobs.
Absolutely.
So people don't need to live in the big cities anymore.
They don't.
And there's a huge move outward to the suburbs and to the countryside. So there's a ton of people moving right now. And if you're considering getting into real estate, absolutely.
It's a great time. All these things that Ashton's talking about, whether you are, all this chaos, it doesn't matter which side you're on, what it creates in the business is opportunity. It really does. And so on top of that, just having your license is worth a lot because of referral fees, right? These people that want to move to Arizona, to Texas, guess what? We'll help them, won't we?
Yep.
And by giving out a name, how much do you typically make for that? What's the referral fee? How much?
It's 10 to 30%.
Right. It's pretty good, right? So real estate licenses are worth a lot of money, guys. One referral fee would definitely recoup all your costs, probably.
Sure.
So, yeah, great time to be in the business.
Just have to make sure that you're doing business on a consistent basis.
Yes.
Otherwise, those ongoing maintenance fees that you're paying to your brokerage, you're paying to the realtor board, you're paying to the Northwest MLS, those recurring monthly fees are going to make this a very expensive hobby. If you just want to have a license as something you're going to do on the side, it can get pretty expensive to keep that license up. So I will caution about keeping it as something that you're just going to do on the side. But it's a great time if you decide that you are looking for a career shift, a new business opportunity. Absolutely. Give me a call. I'd love to have you shadow with me for a day, talk to you about exactly what real estate looks like behind the scenes for me. And give Vance a call. I've tagged him in the post, so please go ahead and reach out to him.
Anytime.
If you want to talk about joining Keller Williams or what it takes in order to get your license, or that free Keller Williams school that Keller Williams is going to be coming out with. It's going to be an online school.
Any day. It's fantastic. Online and self-paced. No strings attached. So please contact me, contact Ashton, and let's talk about it. Do you want to talk a little bit about path to production? Teams, solo?
Yes. It might be getting a little bit long, so bear with me. But I did want to give a brief shout to the different ways that we do business. Vance works a lot with solo agents. I currently work on a team. And so there's two very different ways to go about real estate. Keller Williams specifically is big into teams. There's teams within other companies. I know EXP is really big into teams as well. So I prefer working on a team. The team takes care of a lot of those ongoing business expenses, marketing expenses, website expenses, programs, and all of that jazz, all the way down to my business cards and my mailers. The team pays for all of that. Plus, I have support when things go sideways. Because let's face it, real estate is the most expensive thing that people are going to do. It's right up there with divorce and kids as the number one most stressful experience that a person can go through. So sometimes when you're dealing with this super stressful emotional experience, things do go sideways. And it's good to be able to have a team there to support you, have your back in those situations. And, as a commission paid person, sometimes it takes a while between paychecks. Business can be tough sometimes. And so when you're having those days or weeks when you're just like, oh my gosh, my next paycheck's not in sight, I'm freaking out, it's good to have the morale.
It is.
Support
of
the team around you to be like, you got this, we're going to get it on the next one.
Yeah.
Go, girl, go. So I really love being on a team, and I've been on a team for 3 years now. And at this point, honestly, I could probably go solo, but I don't want to. I love being on a team.
There's people that do it for years, their whole career, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense, and I think there is a lot to say with the camaraderie and learning, because you don't need to have your own coach when it comes to being on a team. So it's a great way to go, and it's been really good for you. And Keller Williams we basically we are the ones that came up with the team concept pretty much. So we do have teams. Probably half of our agents are what are called solo agents. I'll talk a little bit about that. Solo agents doesn't mean you're actually going to be alone all the time. You are going to get support. So it just means as you come aboard, as opposed to being on a team. You're going to be working for you. It's going to be, if it was Ashton, it'd be Ashton Incorporated, right? Because it's your own business either way, but it is you, right? It's your brand, your team. What I recommend when you come in is not to white knuckle it. We have productivity coaches, we have mentors. It's hard to go it alone. It's very competitive out there, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, so I recommend, because you are going to have days that are tough, right? So even solo agents, we're here to pick you up. I'm here to pick you up. We have other people here to pick you up. You'll pick up a solo agent too, won't you? Absolutely. So we're all here to help each other. But talk to me about that if that's the route to take. It's not right or wrong. There's no better or worse. It's chocolate and vanilla. Some people like one, some people like the other. And we actually have a pretty cool tool here at Keller Williams. It's called the KPA. It's Keller Personality Assessment. And so anybody that comes in or chats with me, I'm happy to give them a Keller Personality Assessment, a KPA. And that'll actually give you a lot of insight into what might be better for you. I'm happy to do that, so let me know if that's something that interests you. It takes about 45 minutes, but that'll kind of say what your tendencies are, whether a solo route or maybe a team route works better for you.
I learned a lot by taking my KPA.
It's scary when you read it.
It was super scary. I was like, I don't like this inward look at my personality.
How do they know this much about me in 45 minutes? Just some questions, and there's no right or wrong, right? But it is kind of cool because I think self-awareness helps a lot of this business, right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Vance. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if I can be of any help in your real estate search, whether that's you're looking to become a real estate agent, you have questions about real estate, selling, buying, investing, whatever it has to do, I would love to be able to help you. If you have questions about joining Keller Williams, how Keller Williams differs for new agents versus other companies or something like that, please don't hesitate to reach out to Vance. He will be tagged as well in this post. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I will see you guys next Wednesday, right about this time, midday, in another live video. Bye.